Hi there. In this video, we're looking at 5 things to do before submitting your manuscript to a journal. The first thing is to make sure that the title is a true and complete representation of the content of the manuscript. It should be clear and catchy. However, it shouldn't be so catchy that it loses its real essence. As in, if it's about science or philosophy or whatever, the topic should truly depict that. As much as you try to make it catchy and uh, fluent, it should also depict that as well. Also, do not forget that you are not just writing to experts in the field, you are trying to reach a broader audience. So the title should, as much as possible, be very natural and very normal for ordinary people to understand, if that makes sense. The title should also, as much as possible, should not contain abbreviations. However, in some cases, abbreviations like HIV and DNA have been used. Also, in areas such as PFAS and uh, other abbreviations have been used. These abbreviations have been used so much that they are so common for people to see. In our current paper, we use like SR-DOPE, CUO. I get me. These are not can be written in full. However, people in that area understand it, and so it has been used commonly, and they are accepted. That is the first one. Second is to present all the author list should be presented at the first submission stage. Do not leave author list out and add it later. It is important to put all the people who contributed to some extent that merit being considered as authors should be put on the paper before the first submission. There are a lot of people who submit and then later on add people. Those uh, doing that flouts the merits of how to call it, the author. It makes it very questionable that maybe people have been asked to do them favors and you decided to add them to the paper later on. Don't bring those questions out. Just put them at the beginning of the submission and leave it at that. So the arrangements and the list should be confirmed and accepted by all the authors before you submit the paper. That's the second thing. Also, the affiliations, the emails, and the assets of the author should be collated by the corresponding author. By corresponding, I mean the person who is submitting the paper should have all this information before you start the submission. Thirdly, and this is very, very, very important, once your paper is done, you have to check the aim and the scope of the intended journal. Make sure that the manuscript you have meets the aim and the scope of the journal. Read through carefully, make sure that it lines up correctly with the journal before you submit to the journal. Four is, if you are in the sciences, try to draw a graphical abstract, try to make a highlight list, try to write a cover letter. Some journals do not need these things, other journals do. It's important to prepare them just in case. If you need them, you upload them. If you don't, then you don't upload them. But have all these things prepared before you start your submission process. Also, in the submission process, some journals use single-blinded submissions, others use double-blinded submissions. So prepare a title page that has the names and the authors of the journal separately than the main manuscripts that do not have it. So if the journal is a double-blinded revision journal, then you submit these separately. If it's a single-blinded, then you can leave the author list on the manuscripts and submit it. Number 4 is it is important to provide ethical approval statements, competing interest, and also author contributions are also very, very important. These are the legal aspects of publishing, so it's important to make sure that there's no competing interest, there's no distinct, and if there's funding information or your manuscript or your research was funded by external bodies, you have to clearly state the funding, the funders, if they have funding numbers, you have to clearly state all of them. You have to do all these things before you get to submit them. Number five, it's a bonus number. It's bonus because it's not really important, but it's good to show that you know what you're about. So as much as possible, try and put line numbers on your paper. If we look at this paper, you see the title is a bit concise. It's two authors, me and one of my collaborators. We have it there. Our uh, our affiliations are there. I'm the corresponding author. My email and my author is there. Very nicely there is there. You see that I've already put in the line numbers. Some journals do not need you to put the line numbers. When you submit, their system already puts the line numbers there. But it's important to put it there. If you don't need it, it's fine. If you do need it, it's fine. It doesn't change anything, but put it there. It's better to be safe than to be sorry, right? Yeah, so try as much as possible to put it there. And yes, if you go there, you have to also put uh, data and material availability if it's not applicable. You write it there. Competing interest statement is there. The ethical approval is there. Acknowledgement is there. Now, in the acknowledgement, you can also put funding information as part of it. Then author contributions also there. Then, of course, do not forget to put the our text references. Let me do mine now before I forget. You come here, come to references, insert bibliography. Yeah, here. Insert bibliography. Bibliography. Then we continue, we insert it, and all the references are here. We have it nicely here. All right, this is all. If you have any more things you want me to emphasize on them, put them in the comments, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Safe.